Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have today in my shop brand new customer, 2010 Toyota Corolla S. Super cool. Came, I believe, from Arizona, so it was repainted because that sun hit it really hard there. It's a brand new customer, and he called me and he said basically this: I would like you to do engine oil change because it's due. And he explained me today that he wanna have a very detailed inspection on this vehicle, right? So I said, yep, bring it in. We will check your baby and we will see what's happening. On top of it, he said, hey, I also want to diagnose, check engine light is on, and some other lights in the dashboard. So basically, I started a vehicle, it was idling very little bit uneven. I did the test drive. On the test drive, the vehicle performed normally to its age and the mileage, I will say normally. The mileage on this baby is 184,000 miles. So I did that, and then I started scanning the computer because all these lights were on. There was check engine light on, there was maintenance light on, the skid light was on, VSC light off. It says VSC off. It was flashing. So I scanned the computer. It was 6 codes. The first one was P0301, cylinder number 1 misfiring, and the other ones were related to the videos which I just posted for you. It's that charcoal canister, that EVAP charcoal canister, which is underneath, basically here, rear in the very back. I just showed you how to replace it, and we even open it later in different video, and I found out why it was malfunctioning. So I always go in the glove box to get the registration and insurance, right? And all of us absolutely love if you can find some service history. And I always make time, if I have a time, if I make sure that I read the paperwork which was there. And guess what I found in this glove box? There is a repair order from another shop right here in the town. And it says, diagnose check engine light / VSC. So they charged, how many miles ago? Let me read the odometer. So approximately 2,500 miles ago, and a couple of months ago, this owner gave it, it's his name on it, gave it to them to diagnose the same thing what he mentioned today, right? And they wrote basically, they said, thank you, we appreciate your business. Review us at, and now I will not read it. And now the results are: a rebuilt engine, $7,500. Battery hold down for 50. That's true, it's completely missing, right? The strap, he was aware of it, he told me about it. 200K service soon, so that will be included in the rebuilt engine for $7,500. License plate bulbs they found that they are missing, $30. And the front struts on this Corolla, $1,800. So now that guy pays me for thorough inspection. Part of it is immediately I will always remove the spark plugs. And I see immediately these spark plugs are correct which is a Denso SC20 HR11, but I will almost say they are original when the vehicle was delivered brand new. Let me show you the tips. So here I have them, maybe against that red. What you probably don't see, the tips, that half hook, it's completely burnt off. They're like a missing, the metal is missing. And the number one, it's pretty bad. The gap, it's too big also. I can see it and I can measure it. Look at the spark plugs, right? I wish you can see that detail. For me, it's basically impossible to get closer with this lens. So look at the spark plugs, right? Very terrible, terrible shape. This one looks this way. So now you saw all the puppies, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to set up this camcorder. I grabbed different recording device, trying to show you the difference. These are the identical spark plugs. I hope you see the difference between these tips, between the brand new one, which I will be replacing right now, and that old one, which is completely destroyed. That tip, there's like a huge part of it missing, right? The metal, it's just so old. It's not that it failed, it's just the time. It's the service. It was supposed to be replaced very long time ago, right? Look at the new one. This is pretty good. Look at the tip of the new one and look at the old one. So I don't know why this was not being used in the diagnosis. I don't know why the spark plugs looks like they are original and the vehicle came out of the factory. Go figure. And I'm like, okay, if there is a burned valve in the number one cylinder, I will go extra. He's not paying me for it, but I want to show it to my viewers. So I have a title in my head. I'm thinking the title of video will be 2010 Toyota Corolla S 2ZR FE engine, bad engine, right? And we will discuss, oh look, the engine lost, the valve is burnt, the engine lost compression on the number one. There was somebody else who already diagnosed that. They charged $240 for it. And we will just discuss it this way, that it can happen. Because I was this morning telling the guy, hey, I don't know what your check engine light is, but these engines are generally bulletproof, the transmissions also. I showed him already in the parking lot. I pulled the dipstick from the tranny and showed him his fluid is not really good, so we need to also take care of it. But I'm like, these are bulletproof. They normally last 300k. And now I'm like, oh, so I said it wrong. This one is bad. And I told him all that stuff. So I'm thinking, hey, just for you, for the subscribers, I will check the compressions. So I removed everything, right? This is how you do it. I have the coils nicely in the line here, so I don't mix and match them. Here is the whole engine. I removed my fuel injection fuses. When you are doing the compression on this engine, you don't want to be spraying the injector, spraying the fuel in it, right? You want to have it dry. You don't want to do that. So I already these are the thin plugs, so I put adapter on this end, right? This is the tool you are using, so you put that smaller diameter, and I perform the compression test. And here comes the choke. My friend, I will say this is the biggest scam I ever recorded doing these cars. The cylinder number one, 160 psi. The cylinder number 2, 160 psi. Cylinder number 3, 170 psi. Cylinder number 4, 170 psi. If you will have a burned valve which will cause the malfunction like this, there will be either 0 psi or there could be some partial. Let's say it just started, right, the problem, and they caught it 3 months ago and 2,500 miles ago. It will not fix itself. It will be getting worse and worse, and there will be no compression in that cylinder. We just discovered, or I discovered, and I'm sharing with you, this engine has basically within a very slight tolerance. I believe what is acceptable, it's 10% between cylinders. The first two are 160 and the other two were 170. That's so close that can be even mistake in the compression gauge. But look at it. If that person listened 3 months ago to that shop, he had already missing in his bank account $7,000. And guess what? Most likely, looking at the spark plugs, all he needs, brand new spark plugs. I don't even think that coil is bad. I'll bet you it's the spark plugs that will fix this problem. He will not have misfire and the check engine light will go off. So what do you think about this? Isn't it amazing? I guess he smartly did, and everybody should do that. When you get diagnosed from somebody for $7,000, you always better seek second opinion from somebody else, because it could cost you a lot of money and the repair might not even be needed. So I want to share that with you. I did that extra work so we can see, we have something to talk about on this channel. We'll put it all together and I will continue my thorough inspection. Write it down. Yes, you are missing the battery strap and that needs to be there. Yeah, you don't want to be driving without it. And so on and so on. I will go through, and I wonder if he also needs these front struts, which were quoted $1,800 replacement. So thank you for watching. Put your opinion or experience below the video in the comments, and I will see you soon in the next video. See ya. I'm sorry, I will bug you one more time. I cannot stop filming this whole situation. So when the vehicle was on the ground, I grabbed the entire front and tried to rock the front to see that the front struts are shot, right? That will be one of the things. You grab it and you try to move the car up and down, and if it keeps bouncing, the struts needs to be replaced. Other than that, to replace them and charge $1,800, they will have to leak oil. Look at this one. It's absolutely dry. The only thing is this rubber. It's a dust boot which should prevent dust getting on the shaft, obviously, right? And not damaging that seal, which is right here, and therefore leaking out. But look, this strut never leaked out. Can you guess what? How is it with the other one? Absolutely identical. These struts never leaked. They are not bouncing. They are working absolutely normal. I just can't stop filming this car and that estimate. $1,800 for damaged dust boots. That's how some people do business in this world. I'm very amazed. I'm not happy about this. But what can we do? See ya. I already finished that video and I started working on the car, and I realized, Peter, there will be people who will not believe that these spark plugs will fix it, correct? Also, Who doesn't need happy ending? Everybody likes happy ending, right? So let's go look at the car. Listen to that idle. This baby's purring as a kitten. Don't you think? How many coats we have coming? Oh, baby, baby, baby. Look at the idle. Do you see how steady it is? But it's high, right? It's 1200. Here's the mileage. You see, I didn't test drive it yet. You know why? I tell you why. Well, I did services, which I could do today before 5 p.m. for the owner, because I keep filming and I'm wasting a lot of time with it. Well, I'm not wasting, I'm entertaining you. So high idle. Why there is high idle? Well, because what we could do was brand new engine oil and filter. I showed you the throttle body. I hope I showed it to him. He came back. The throttle body was plugged. This one doesn't have an IAC. The idle is done by the throttle body itself. And the mass airflow sensor was also dirty. I'm still going to replace this cabin air filter. Absolutely disgusting. Nobody touched it forever. But listen, the engine. Idle is high because the ECM, right? Engine control module, computer right here, is right now relearning the new situation, new airflow around that butterfly, the throttle body butterfly. So everything is clicking and ticking like a Swiss watch. Of course it doesn't mean anything. I will go on test drive on various conditions. I will drive it slow, fast, on straight and so on, and only after that we will make a judgment. But you already know the answer, don't you? Look at it. You hear the sound. There's nothing pending and nothing will change on the test drive, but I will truthfully show you after the test drive will be done. Right now I let it idle, not just warm up, but I have everything off. The AC has to be off, everything has to be off. And I want that engine go slowly. It's coming. It started on 1800 and I want it to go down. And that's what's happening. So what do you think? How did it go? Let me show you. I'm back from test drive. Did 2 miles. Went up to 70 miles per hour. Made sure the tranny had to downshift and so on, right? I will never floor it, but here you see the odometer. Here you see the idle. It's slowly coming down from 1200 to whatever. And we can refresh. There's no pending codes, nothing. How we do the refresh? We push this one. Look at it. Nothing's coming. If we had a burned valve, as was the diagnosis of the other shop, we will have a serious problems. And it's the other way. We have absolutely awesome, great news. It's a happy news. It's a happy end. This owner will most likely enjoy this engine for a very long time. The way I listen to it right now, it has very, very good behavior. It really sounds like a Swiss watch. It's incredible. I love it. His check engine light will go on. I have to remind him. Remind me to remind him. It will go on because the EVAP will be testing itself. And it had those 5 codes. That will all happen again. But his engine, it's fine. Even with these simple services, brand new engine oil, spark plugs, MAF cleaning, throttle body cleaning. It purrs like kitten. You can hear it yourself. It's incredible, and we have no pending codes. So thank you for following the story. Thank you for coming back to Toyota Maintenance, supporting this channel, and stay tuned. I will keep filming a lot of great stuff for you in the future. I will catch you in the next one, my friend.